game of the wildcard rounds, sorry, of the plate trophy, as we have the round of 8 loser against the wildcard loser. We have the Lincolnshire Longhorns against the Moray Distillers.
Here it comes, man! Hi, Sammy, man! Let's go, defense!
So we've already featured the Distillers once on this stream. Back on it for their second game. First game was a win, and it's obviously has lost somewhere else across this game. I think it must have been to the Spark. The Longhorns will start with the ball. Pickup of maybe a yard. So Twins on the left hand side. Captain dropping back, hitting on the left hand side once. Eventually brought down. An incidental contact does leave 2 players on the floor. Martin Walton with the grab. So the injured player slowly makes his way off the field, but he does manage to walk off. So that's always a bonus from the medical side. Twins on the left hand side. Gone deep and caught by Martin Walton. So a big start for the Longhorns offense. Walton, one of Cam's top receivers. So Walton with the first points of this game. Cam rolling back out to that right, and Mike Walton with the next set of points as well as he picks up the extra point. Distillers making the grab on that one, picking up a round about 6. Expertly marked out there by Jay Bellamy. Normally, yesterday he was on the commentary the entire day, so he's not opting to be head ref on this one and maybe resting his voice, ready for his game later on. Distillers have gone deep and a little bit too deep as that one falls incomplete. Distillers with Twins on the left hand side, one blitz signalled. Deep middle, 32 for the Distillers, eventually tackled. Somehow managed to obey the tackle for the first couple of steps. Twins on the right hand side. Rolling out to the left. Goes back to number 42. And a wide open Distillers offense brings that one in for the extra point. Sorry, for the touchdown. Now looking to tack on the extra point, going for 1. Distillers going for 1. Fires it across and gets the extra point, so that ties this game up. So, Twins on the right hand side now for the Longhorns. And fight out to that left side, finding Walton once again. Gets past the first defender, cuts back inside. Makes the grab, gains a couple of yards, then loses a couple of yards as he comes back. So the Longhorns were very kind enough to print off some not stat sheets, but some notes on each of their players. So we'll be trying to add as many of those in as we can. Shuttle pass to that left hand side. Pick up of around about 2 or 3 yards there. Reception made by Matt Miles, one of the Longhorns rookies. Apparently he's in top 20 for the Midlands on extra points. One of the few tall players that they actually have on their team. Find him once again. Managed to get past two defenders, brought down by the third. And he is going to be marked down about 14 yards away from the end zone. Rolling out to that right and hitting Phil. Phil Howe, one of the co-founders of the Longhorns, as he moved over from the Nottingham Bears quite a while ago, but yeah, he's now set up the Longhorns and having great success with those ones. Spins past. Cam tries to spin past the blitzer. And a contact on that one. There will be contact on the offense on that one. Cam trying to avoid the blitz. Apparently is the #1 most sacked QB across not only the Midlands division but also Division 1. Not a stat that you necessarily want, but he's got that one nonetheless. But he finds Walton once again. Already been targeted quite a few times. Apparently he's the #1 receiving touchdown leader in the entirety of Div 1. And adds another one onto his tally. Twins on the right hand side, Cam dropping back. Spins around this time, gets the ball away and finds Phil. Those two have a great connection. Phil normally playing centre. Often you will see him dropping back to form a dual QB with Cam. So Distillers take to the field on offense. May have to confirm that one. There's a bit of discussion about whether that was in or not. I'll wait for the official ruling. It's a high ball there. Number 41 makes the interception and then managed to evade the defender hanging off the back of him. Johnny Miles, another one of the Longhorns rookies. So that interception does put the Longhorns back on the ball at around about the 9-yard line. Then the penalty on top puts him at the 4-yard line. So great field position to start off this drive. And Cam dinks one over the top. Cam in his last game with the Longhorns, as he is moving around with work. Going for the extra point, finds Phil in again. Well, so we say again, he may not have been in the first one, but he's in definitely on this one. So that makes it a 21-7 game. Longhorns powering ahead with this lead so far. Bunch in the middle, mostly one out to the right hand side. It's the middle receiver and gains around about 6 on that one. Motions once again. Takes the handoff but dumps it off to that running back. Sorry, the receiver. Distillers slowly working their way downfield. So roughly 8 yards away from the halfway line. Fakes the handoff, hits the middle, number 99. And gets the first down with the reach. Twins on the left hand side, slightly no snap, but he managed to bring it in. Cuts past the defender. Brought down and a flag thrown on that one. So an offensive penalty will push these guys back. They were about a yard over that halfway line. So Twins on the left-hand side for the Distillers. Longhorns in a flat 5 of defense. Once again beating that blitzer. Talk about a yard over the halfway, but due to that previous penalty, they will be still on 3rd and goal. So 2 plays and just over half the pitch to go. Sorry, just under half the pitch to go. He's got a decent chunk there. So Twins on the left hand once again for the Distillers. Blitz coming through. Makes the stop about 2 yards away. So Distillers did make the grab, but they couldn't get the ball across that line.
Yeah, 3:15 to go now.
So 3 minutes 15 left in the half. Twins on the right hand side for the Longhorns. It's the left hand side for Martin Walton once again. Number 81 giving Walton quite a bit of space. Knowing that he's got the speed that he has, but then Cam happy just to take the 5 yard chunks that he's given him. And then he goes deep on this one. A great defensive read there by number 42 of the Distillers. One of their key players today. Key player offensively and defensively. And that is the 2 minute warning. So 2 minutes remaining in this half. Longhorns lead 21-7. One in the backfield. Takes the handoff. I think that's more just to get the clock going once again. So 4th down, Twins on the right hand side. Still quite a way to go, they're just up past the 10 yard line. Walton with the grab, but can't make that one as he tries to spin past the defender. Looks to be slightly winded on that play. Defense for the Longhorns, looking to remain strong and keep the Distillers out, giving them a nice decent start in this second half. Fakes the handoff, eventually goes back to that receiver, breaks one tackle. Again, that flat 5 defense takes the handoff this time. And a quick recovery by the Longhorns defense. Johnny Miles once again with the tackle. So 3rd down. About 6 to go. Takes the handoff, number 42. And gets the 1st down. For about a yard or two afterwards. I think not even that. I think they're ready to make them down at the, again, like an inch or two over the halfway.
4th down. 2-9 on the clock. 2-9.
Blitz coming through. Gets the ball away. Steps up. shoots back in, sorry, front, gets the ball close to the sideline, steps back in, defender covers it, so the receiver is happy to just kind of step out of bounds. 22 seconds left in the half.
Second down.
12 yards to go. Bunch in the middle. Fires a low ball there to number 6. Charlotte Greeny with the pressure. And we'll be pushing sun cream and water on everyone today. Yeah, mate.
Lewis has said, if you want, me and Brian can come over and give you a hand later. Take you off if you want.
Whitey looking for that open play.
Nicely done, guys.
8 seconds.
8 seconds left in the half.
Fourth down now.
And 4th down. Should be the last play of this half.
Fourth down.
Stick with box, stick with box, stick with box.
Rolling out to that right. Sack is made. And the Longhorns will take over. With 4 seconds left in the half. And they will be kneeling out that half time. So it puts the half time score at 21 to the Longhorns and 7 to the Distillers. Yeah, not bad, you?
How are you? Good to finally meet you. In person, that is, anyway.
That's what I mean by half the flag community through like
You good?
Zoom calls and everything else.
Yeah, exactly. It's always a way though, isn't it? He said, pretty much as long as it's dry, I can be up here with you and give you a hand. But if it's raining, I go down. I go ball boy deepies when it's raining. What time did you get down here this morning?
8:30.
Oh, wow, fair play.
Left at 6:30.
Yeah, about what I left Devon at 7 this morning. So.
Finished putting everything on charge about 10 o'clock last night.
Well, I suppose the moment I decided to come down and record some.
Well, it was basically like the Hornets Smoke game, an absolutely amazing game to watch on the street. And I was like, what do I do tomorrow?
Yeah.
So I was like, I'll just drive down, watch the games.
Yeah.
I thought, no, if I turn up,
Yeah, you can record it.
but I was like, if I turn up without any of this,
Yeah.
someone's going to kill me.
Yeah.
And then my wife was like home, she was like, you get a lot of views.
It's worth it, isn't it? Like,
I mean, once this game's finished and then whoever's going up here, I'll basically stay up here.
Yeah.
I could do camera because the problem with that camera is it doesn't zoom in like that.
Manually, yeah.
It zooms in like this.
Yeah.
So when you get down to the far end, you can't do it. And then you've got to zoom back out and try and set it up for this one.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't even think I've got 2 microphones working. So second half, we start off with the Distillers on the right hand, Twins on the right hand side, but going high to the left hand side. Number 28, we got a couple of interceptions in the last game that we streamed. He's on the offensive side of the ball as well now. As you've already heard, because these microphones do not seem to turn off, we've got Dylan from the Keynsham Kings here, and he's will be joining us later on in the commentary. But Dylan, how are we doing today?
Not too bad. How are you today?
It's for what was supposed to be a thunderstorm-filled day. It's rained a little tiny bit at the moment. I'm worried about saying that because I know it's going to set it off soon, but Yeah, it's warm up here.
It is very, very warm up here. I am roasting. I've had to put my light factor 50 on, my sun cream to keep myself warm and safe. But we're in for a very good day of flag football.
So the Division 1 games, this is now the plate trophy that we've got. Like I said before, there will be some games coming later on. I think we get a break after this one. But we do have the Kings up next against the lowest remaining seed. I'm not too sure who that will be. I'm not too sure if you actually know the answer to that one.
I believe it's Leeds Samurai. I believe, but I'm not 100%.
So that could be a good game. Kings against the Samurai. Then we move on to the the semi-finals of the main trophy. Then we have the plate trophy, and then the full Division 1 trophy at the end. Winning this one will be hoping to kind of carry on their track and into the plate trophy. I mean, what you've seen so far, who's your pick for the main title?
I mean, I'm gonna back the Kings because obviously I'm the Kings member. We obviously went regular season undefeated. Obviously, I know the Swansea Hammerheads want to put a bit of revenge on us after two losses in a draw this year, especially after the promotion games last week. But you can't count their infantry Raptors. They have been electric this year, especially on offence. So I'm expecting big things from them later on today.
I mean, it's a bit of a strange thing that one of the southern teams saying how good a Scottish team is. I know that Jay Bellamy picked up a bit of slack for some of his comments, not only during the podcast but also during the live streams as well. But I mean, we always know that the HNC teams, no one seems to see them very often because you don't normally have the cross conference too much. Maybe a couple of the northern teams will see them, but you normally see them in like the later rounds of the playoffs and the finals. So it's a good shout from them. I was expecting the Keynsham Kings we mentioned in the run up to that one. I mean, you picked up promotion recently. What's the? I mean, obviously you don't know exactly what division you're going to be in, and you don't know who's going to be in there. But what's your thoughts on Prem football next season?
Well, funny enough, we were having this conversation in the car this morning on the way up. So we're expecting a really tough challenge with some really good teams because you're going to have the likes of Neptunes who stayed up, who give us a really good game in the promotion games. You've got obviously Cardiff. You've got the Smoke. You've got Smoke, Flash, and the Spark now. All three of them are up there. Chichester. So you've got some really good, well-established Prem teams that have been in there for a couple of years and doing a really good job. So those guys are going to be really good, and it'll be good to test ourselves against those teams and hopefully make us a better team overall as well.
I mean, so we've already seen Neil Henderson in action today as the head ref for one of the previous games, and it is the experience that he can bring to a team. I mean, I think he's in his 50th season in senior football, so he's got the knowledge. Martin Walton with a grab on the right hand side. Walton, one of their key players today. He's been a key player throughout the season. So when you're looking at the next round, you've got Leeds Samurai. Who's anyone you're kind of keying on offensively and defensively?
Not particularly. We just take each game as it comes from our point of view. Obviously, our big star on offense is our quarterback Jay Bellamy. You can see him refereeing down there in the white. He'll be happy with that mention. He doesn't get many plaudits from a lot of the pundits, so that's why I'm going to give him some. And then defensively, then all of our guys have been absolutely outstanding all year. So it would be harsh to pick just a single person from that unit. So we're going to take each game as they come today, and just hopefully we can ball out and get some dubs.
A very political answer there. You got to, I mean, I've got to respect those ones. We have a flag on this one. Martin Walton made the grab. Ball was may have been ripped from his hands on by number 42. Just waiting for the final decision. So it will be against the defence. So that pushes the Longhorns further into Distillers territory. Currently leading 21-7. So first down, about 2 yards to go. And it's one of those positions that a lot of teams seem to love nowadays, is just behind that halfway line. I mean, as a player, you taking the shot at the end zone of this one?
I'm fully taking this shot. So you got your single, so you got out to the left here. He would be my guy. There it is, there it is, there it is. Oh, okay, he jumps it off. Unlucky.
We mentioned earlier on Phil in the backfield waiting for that little dump off so he can become the second QB. Normally giving Cam a little bit more time as he backpedals around him. The ball slipped out of his hands on that one, but they've still got a couple of shots to take. There's a second down now, 2 more shots at the end zone, and then just big one across for that halfway line. It does put a lot of pressure on you for those later on ones for the halfway shot. Or you jump off to Martin and watch him go. It's worked out quite well from so far. They do get the first on that one, so that picks them up, what is that, 2 yards across?
This will be short.
Going for Phil on a quick dump off one. And a pickup of around about 4 on that one. So other games we've still got going on, we've got the Nottingham Honey Badgers against the Bucks Wolves, the Border City Centurions against the Gwent Gators, and the Glasgow Killer Bees against the Chichester Sharks. Stafford Bay fires it over to that right hand side, gets Martin on the grab once again. Any predictions you want to make on the other games going on at the moment?
Well, before I came up here, I was watching a bit of the Gwent Gators game in the far right-hand corner over there. It was tied at 13-all as I left. Looked like a bit of a spicy one, so I'm hoping bit of SWC bias, but I'm hoping that the Gators can get through that because they're really good guys over there. I have a good couple of games with them every time we play them, so I'm hoping and rooting for them, and I think they will just do it.
So I think Cam's just been called just across the line of scrimmage. I mean, you know it's a bad one when even the quarterback who's refereeing the line of scrimmage says he's across. It is a bit of a quarterback issue on when you referee on those ones. So yeah, you've called a bit of a... We've got the HNC Loyal normal show going on, but we've also got the Southern Solidarity. So you've taken on that one. What about it's a battle of north and south. You've got the Sharks versus the Killer Bees. I'm not too sure what the score is on these ones, but do you want to take a quick pick on that one if you started from the start to get the game again?
So we played the Sharks earlier this year. They looked quite good, quite handy. You obviously can tell that the mentorship of Will Henderson is definitely working in that team, and they've definitely progressed as the years got on. I believe Gareth Price works with them really well as well, another member of the podcast of First and 15 in the South section. But the Killer Bees, again, a really good team. It could be a really close one. And you know what? I'm going to go with it. I'm going to go with the Killer Bees slightly.
That Southern Solidarity has dropped very, very quickly. Move one game on, and he's already taken the HNC Loyal.
Just making friends.
So nearly an interception there for the Distillers, number 28. I think he got 3 in the last game. He nearly got 1 today. In this game. Just couldn't get the hand to it. Cam bobbing around now, looking for Phil. It's a deep ball. It's deflected up into the air. Interception. Flag's been thrown as well.
I think this could be PI at 81.
So it should be an interesting one. That one is a big collision in the middle. Ball goes up into the air, intercepted. So Distillers will start on their own 5. So big drive they're going to need now. 21-7 down. Great shovel pass across that front. Charlotte Greeny, she may give out water bottles and sunscreen, but she was taking those flags with the quick hands on those ones. Twins on the right hand side, one blitz signalled. Fires it low to number 42. And another tackle by Charlotte. So the end of the game week that you haven't predicted so far is Bucks Wolves against the Nottingham Honey Badgers.
I was over there a little bit. I think the Bucks Wolves were down, so I think the Honey Badgers were up, and I'd imagine they would stay up as well. Bucks Wolves started off really strong this year, and then they've had a bit of injury problems and a bit of availability issues, so they just haven't been great. I believe they're doing a bit of an Ironman squad today, only 6 or 7 of them from what I remember looking at earlier. So they'll be feeling it in the heat.
Give the score.
21-7 we've got.
21-7 to...
A little bit of a score update there for the Distillers. I don't know if you wanted to hear that one by the end of it. But another drive over for the Distillers, and Longhorns take the field once again. Hoping to hear some sort of time left in this one. The only issue with having so many pitches together, I heard 7:30 left. I'm not too sure what pitch that's actually on. So first down for the Longhorns. And split receivers with a running back as well. Finding Phil once again on that left. And picks up around about 4. I think the Longhorns will be happy to slowly wear this clock down. And it's not very often you see this in flag football, but I'm guessing they will be doing a lot more of their running plays. Now they've gone to Twins on the right hand side. Blitz coming through, hits Phil on the outside, a little bit too high, especially for Phil, known by his teammates as Little Legs, so a high ball to him was not the best idea. Actually got like note sheets for the Longhorns. The only thing that's done it. Trips on the left hand side now for the Longhorns. Hit Walton once again. So fourth down, about 6 yards to go. Big cheer from the Glasgow sideline as they picked up a touchdown. We'll try and find out some of the scores. Phil gets the first down.
Nice little celebration at the back of the end zone there as well.
It's always interesting when we like with the celebrations. I mean, you want to do them, but it's the I think it's the remaining tasteful, but also not getting a unsportsmanlike conduct rule. And if I just saw that right, that was an Alan Young no look pass to the back left corner of the end zone.
I'm pretty sure he was staring straight up at here as he does it to the other opposite side of the back end. It was a beautiful catch as well. High pointed it, got it to him, was in. Beautiful catch. Shame she didn't celebrate like the first one. Lovely little griddy on the touchdown.
So hopefully if the Killer Bees make it any further in these games, they will be on one of these pitches. So hopefully we'll get a no-look pass on camera as well. I don't think Cam will be doing any of those ones. Trips on the right-hand side for the Longhorns. blitz coming through. Phil with the grab.
This is perfect game management by the Longhorns here, just taking little chunks, driving that clock out, use every single second they can just to really wind that clock down now.
So Cam is a very, very methodical player. The army background that they've got is very well drilled, and you don't see them picking up too many silly little penalties like false starts and things like that. Oh, he's happy with the contact penalty, but he's maybe even happy with the touchdown. So I'm guessing they will be declining that contact penalty. Happy for that score to make it a 27-7 scoreline now. I'm going for one. Split receivers with a tight end on the right hand side. Rolling out to that right hand side. So high ball over there. Not too sure who Cam was aiming for, but Martin Walton managed to get a hand to it, deflecting it just out of reach of his own player. So I would say communication is key for these sort of plays. Cam claiming it was for his, the open receiver at the back. And there is the 2-minute warning. So with the score currently at 27-7 in favour of the Longhorns, we've just hit the 2-minute warning. Do you see a comeback for the Distillers?
Unfortunately not. No, I think this is Longhorns wrapped up. They haven't looked great offensively. Have the Distillers. There's some signs of it getting there. They're just not quite there yet. But hopefully they can just get a touchdown for the road, because that'd be amazing for them. Great play downfield. Number 99.
I mean, it's a long way to go not to walk away with like a trophy, or at least like a semi-final, final play positioning. But I mean, as we all know, the Scottish teams will travel. As long as they've got football, they'll be happy to travel. But he is wide open on that one. Number 41, Johnny Miles, not taking any chances as he fires that one towards the ground.
I won't lie, as a defensive player, that really irritates me. He needs to pick that off and take that back. That was there for the taking.
I mean, it was the game we covered a minute ago. Number 14, I can't remember what team it actually was. I think it was the Revolution. As he tried to make the interception on one play, he actually mishandled it and fumbled it into the hands of a receiver behind him. So, I mean, the interceptions and the stats look great on that one, but you don't want that one where you fumble it into...
Too right.
And I'm guessing you've had a couple of those?
One or two, but we don't talk about them. We only talk about the ones you take home.
Yeah, taking no chances on that one, but the number 42 again for the Distillers.
Really good grab.
Sliding in to make the grab on that one. So clock is still running. About 12 yards away now from the end zone. 1:10 and counting on the clock. Vase, the defender, number 42 with the score.
Great grab. Through contact as well. Great grab.
So 27-13 now the score. But we're in probably less than a minute left now.
He's really impressed me today, actually, number 42 for the Distillers. He's got great hands, really nimble for a bigger guy, but he looks really sharp. Great catch there through contact as well, and the grab before that where he slid down on the sideline. Perfect.
He has been one of their key players for most of this game and the game that we streamed of theirs. He rolls out to the right hand side, picks off on the extra point. Making a break for this one. He could be off. It's a foot race on this one.
That's a long way for 2 points, mate.
He's got 2 points. He'd be happy with an oxygen tank. So the little bit of momentum that the Distillers had with some big plays has been killed off with a extra point return. I think Cam working out how long's left now, whether he can kneel this game out.
I think he'll just kneel. I think there was 6, I think.
I think this is the Distillers' 3rd game in a row.
It is tough in this heat as well, because we are looking at about 28-degree heat at the minute in Manchester. So to go 3 games back to back, that is really, really, really tough. So it's important that you take a lot of water, get sun cream on, and look after yourself in between those games whenever you can, or even in between plays when you're off, because this heat is unbearing.
So I can't remember who their first game was against. They then played the Spark over on pitch 1, and have now faced the Longhorns. So they've had a good run, but sometimes it is that bit of, obviously the seeding kind of helps you out a little bit. I mean, Keynsham, you've missed out the first 2 rounds of games. Would you rather have the first 2 games off, or would you rather kind of pick up one early game to kind of get yourself into the flow of the game?
It's a bit of 50-50, because you want a little bit of momentum going into some of these tougher games, you could say, against the higher seeds. But again, you want to be fresh for that final of only playing 3 games. So it's kind of what you want to do. So obviously this year we've got the 3 games because we kept joining the quarterfinal stage. But this is where we as a team just have to trust each other that we're going to make the correct decision at the correct time to win those games.
I know there was a couple of tournaments that have happened in the past where a team was offered a warm-up game. I think it might have been the playoff games last year, or the promotion games last year, where each team was offered a warm-up game against normally a lower ranking opposition. Game didn't really count, but it was just kind of get the blood flowing in those ones. I mean, would you want that one, like a non-important game to warm up with?
Not in a non-important game, because you don't want to run the risk of an injury. As soon as you run a risk of an injury, it could be to a key player or a player that only fits a certain part of your system. So if that player goes down, that's it. You kind of ruin your chances a little bit later on in the day. So if you want that competitive edge there, not a bit of a warm-up game.
See the Spark jogging through the gate on the far corner. Almost needed like a smoke effect over on that far side. Would have been great for them. But I'm seeing a couple of games have now finished. The Sharks Killer Bees game has finished, so we'll wait the results on those ones. Bucks Wolves Nottingham Honey Badgers still going, and I think the Gators Centurions game has also finished. This one has finished. Apart from that, we're just waiting for the final whistle. You can just see the Spark running across the bottom of the screen.
Get the flash. Get the Spark one next.
Oh, he's got the wrong team there. Promoting his big brothers in the team there.
It's not a mistake you want to make right before you go play for a team, is it?
I mean, unless he's eyeing up a promotion to the Flash team.
Potentially. These guys have got better every single game they've played this year. They've been absolutely. They were very good against us when we played them in Salisbury. I think they just lacked a little bit of that experience. Potentially, that we had a bit more than them. Their quarterback Joe Paulin, he was fantastic that day. In a couple of games before we played them, he threw some absolute bombs. So if we see them later on today, expect bombs from them.
I mean, the Spark is one of those ones where you kind of look at it going. I mean, I know that the Titans did the same thing, and the Killer Bees, where they went, we're going to put in a development squad to kind of like build up our players. It's worked better than they kind of expected. Obviously, the Titans Bees have been promoted. I think the Killer Bees, I think they went up as well. I'm maybe wrong on that one. But I know the Spark went up, so they've now got Flash, Smoke, and Spark all in the Prem. It's been an interesting one. I mean, it cuts down on their travel quite a bit. You can host three game days in one venue.
I hope they've got a good deal on it.
You'd hope they would. You get booked. It's not very often you get teams can have like a bulk discount on bookings. 8 seconds left in this one. Distillers. I'm guessing they were taking 1, maybe 2 shots at the end zone.
Maybe a clock stopper here, and then a Hail Mary, or they might just go 2 Hail Marys back to back if they feel like they fit 2 in. I imagine you try and hit 42 quickly than out.
It's got a bit of space on there.
Step out, perfect. And this is where then they'll take the Hail Mary shot now. If I was the QB here for the Distillers, I'd be looking at 99 just for that height advantage.
I mean, he's got the height advantage, but then you're also looking 42. Like Lowe said, he's not the tallest person, but
He fights with that contact.
He seems to come away with most footballs.
Longhorns going into a prevent defense.
So it was like two at 7 yards, both signal, one signaling blitz, and there we go, Phil signaling blitz as well.
Got two!
They may have got an extra play on this one.
This is great clock management actually by the Distillers. They'll take a lot of pride out of this when they watch this back later. They've set up a really, well, not a really easy throw, but an easier throw for themselves just by 2 really clever quick outs to number 42 down the sideline.
Well, I know last time I was up here, we were commentating on the junior finals, and I think there was 6 plays. So there was 6 seconds left on the clock in the final, and they managed to run about 4 or 5 plays. There was a bit of confusion on that. I think I was up here with. I was picked off on that one. It's a foot race once again.
And there's a pick 6.
I mean, he's caught the ball twice on defense and had to run the length of the pitch twice. At least this time he got a 6 point for it. And that will be the end of the game. And so the Longhorns advance into the next round after beating the Moray Distillers 35.